All right.
Yep.
Oh, are we live?
I think.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't ready, but okay.
I have no idea. I think we're live.
Yeah, we are.
Jesse,
Okay.
you can introduce yourself and your channel.
Okay. Hi guys. My name is Jess. You are on my channel, Verity Books. And yeah, this is my very first live stream. So welcome you guys. Also, y'all can introduce yourselves.
Hi, so I'm Ebony. My channel is Butterflies on My Bookshelf.
Hi, I'm Nana. My channel is Lit Nana.
Cool. So we have a few other people who are planning to jump in. I think pretty much all of the hosts for the Vampire Academy read-along said that they were free at some point.
Ooh, yay.
During this. So that's exciting. Yeah. So yeah, we're just going to do sprints here and there. I don't know. Have you both finished the book for the live show tomorrow? Nana.
No, I'm reading it right now. I'm on chapter 4. Yeah, I'm on the audiobook, so I will finish it today because I'm listening to it 2 times the speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm on chapter 4.
I reread the Vampire Academy, the first book, in like August, I think. So, and my boyfriend and I are reading the series together. We're on Shadow Coast right now. And so, like, I'm not going to reread those ones since I already just reread them, like, not that long ago. But, like, eventually the live show will probably catch up to us because we're really slow. So then I'll just, like, go on track with the rest of it.
Yeah. So y'all had already come up with the idea for the Vampire Academy read-along when Nicole hit me up and was like, hey, do you want to participate? And I'm like, well, I'm kind of already reading book 5 right now as a part of like me rereading it on my own. So I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to finish rereading the series. But yeah, sure, I'll host. I'll help. So I'm also not rereading the first book for the live show because I read it like a couple months ago.
I think as long as you read it like fairly recently, it's like pretty fresh. You're fine.
I mean, I'm gonna have to flip through a bit to come up with like questions for the show tomorrow, but that's all right.
Yeah, definitely annotate or like tabbed my copy of like, oh, I want to talk about this and this and this. Like,
yeah. Mine's tabbed like crazy too, which isn't helpful because I don't have any self-control when it comes to tabbing. So do I know what's important anymore? Not really. It's just yeah. So what are you reading tonight, Ebony?
I'm reading The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. It's part of my challenge to read fantasy books in December because I don't read a lot of fantasy, excluding Vampire Academy because I love Vampire Academy. But like I don't read a lot of new fantasy, like new to me. And so I have a list of 10 books that I want to try to read. I've read 2 so far. This is my 3rd book of that list. But it's struggling because I don't really like it that much so far. I know, and everybody loves this series. So I'm like,
I haven't even read it.
I haven't read it.
I just want to like it because everybody loves it. But like, it's rough.
Have you ever seen Katie from Katie Can't Read?
Yeah, I know who she is, yeah.
Yeah, she did an entire vlog on the Raven Boys where she was pretty much crying, I think. And now every time I think of the Raven Boys, I'm like, Katie. So I'm like, oh no, what would Katie think? I don't have any opinion on it.
We did reading sprints with Nicole the other day, and I was reading this, and Katie was in the live stream, and she was like, I see Raven Boys. It was so funny.
No. Eventually I'm going to read it, but as of right now, I don't have an opinion.
Yeah. Well, see, the problem is I technically did read it, but I read it on audiobook, and I did not understand a single thing. I have no idea who the characters are, what was happening. I don't know. So I'm like, I'm going to have to read it physically.
Yeah, I refuse to read fantasy books as audiobooks because I'm not going to comprehend a thing.
Yeah.
Hi, Delphi. Hi, Gianni.
Hi.
Hi, Steph.
Hi.
I'm glad you can make it. I saw you message me saying your computer was having problems.
It just kept restarting, and I don't know what's going on. This thing's old, honestly.
That's fair. We all have problems. I don't know if you can notice, but my webcam, you know how most webcams are at the top of your screen?
Mhm.
Like mine's at the bottom, which makes like if I try to move this down, all you see is my keyboard. So
That's ridiculous. That was weird.
oh my god. What is Well of Ascension from? Is that from the Mistborn trilogy? I'm like responding to one of the comments, but that's from the Mistborn trilogy, right?
Yeah.
Jess, you can like click on the comment and it'll bring it up on the screen. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Yeah. If I am right and it is from the Mistborn trilogy, that is very high on my list of books that I want to read soon. Partially because like Nicole and then I think Rachel from Shipwreck Library keep talking about it. And I'm like, all right. Well, I guess I'm gonna have another person telling me how good it is and that we should read it. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be reading for the sprints because I just finished The Afterlife of Holly Chase, so now I need to find something else. So
I mean, you have a bookshelf right next to you. Just grab one.
Thank you. This is where I live in my apartment, this space. So they're always in the back. Yeah. What about you, Steph? What are you going to be reading?
I'm finishing Vampire Academy. I'm only a few chapters from the end.
Me too. I'm a few chapters from the beginning.
You and Nana both really cutting close. Good job, guys.
This is like my 12th time reading it, so
Yeah. Okay, but when was the 11th time you read it? Was it a long time ago?
it was like 2 years ago.
Okay, so you need a refresher, and it's important.
Have you guys, any of you seen the movie? I have. I love the movie. I know a lot of people hate it, but I love it.
I'm ready to hate it. I'll hate it based on the actor alone. I promise.
Yeah, Nicole and I were talking in the last live after everybody had left that the actor wore this hideous wig, and then I went and looked up the actor who played Dimitri, and I was just laughing because he looks so much better without a wig. It looks like he didn't even play that role. It looks fake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll agree. I don't really care for that casting choice, but I love Zoe Duchess Rose. So we even out.
I feel again, I haven't watched it, so I'm talking out of my ass right now. I feel like the movie probably did the book so dirty. So
I'm trying to look up the wig right now.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people don't like the movie because it kind of made the series out to be like a high school drama where it's so much more than that. But also, I think that the first book really does feel like a high school drama. Like, you don't really get into everything yet in the first book. So, I don't know. I was thinking, though, after we read, I don't know if after we read the first book or maybe after we read the whole series, I don't know. We should, like, have, like, a watch party of watching the movie. We might have to do it on Discord because I don't think YouTube would allow that. But
that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
We get so many copyright claims if we tried to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but I'm like, I can't handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. See, this right here is why I'm so nervous to get into like high fantasy and like adult fantasy. Because I'm like, oh, it's so intimidating. It's so intimidating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know if any of you have ever seen videos from Chase at Fantasy Talk, but he makes me want to love fantasy, but then he talks about a series that's like 7,000 books long. And I'm like,
Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
Hi, friends. All right.
Wow, almost all of us are here.
Yeah, this is, oh my God, prep for tomorrow. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
All right.
Practice.
Yes. All right, Nicole, you're the last one. What are you going to be reading tonight?
Okay, I actually don't know what I'm going to be reading because I just woke up from a nap. I'm a little confused, but I think I'm going to continue annotating Vampire Academy because I was telling Stephanie and Ebony and Michelle that I don't really annotate my books as I'm reading. Like, I do highlight and stuff, but I don't really write anything on them. So I kind of want to do that right now to finish the book.
So have you already finished reading it and you're just going back to annotate, or?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Twilight, when I reread it this past month, it was the first time that I wrote inside of my books. Like, I'll tab the hell out of them, but writing in them just feels like, I don't know, it just makes me uncomfortable. I'll get over it eventually, but with Twilight, I was like, this is trash anyway. Like, it doesn't matter.
I agree.
So, yeah, it was a good experience. All right. Is anyone, should we do a sprint now?
Sure.
All right. How, do you want to say like until 5:30?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2:30.
I know.
Yeah, I was
All
like,
right, 20 minutes.
I was like, that is a lot.
Oh my god. You know what? You'll finish the book.
Jess, you should put up like a banner that says like reading until :30.
I got, you know what? I was just putting like the actual time zone, but yeah, just :30 makes sense. Cool.
Yay.
Okay.
Alrighty, y'all. It's been 20 minutes. Everything, I don't know if you saw it, but Rachel wants to know what your top 3 songs are on the new
Oh, oh no, I don't know. They're literally all so good. I like all of them.
I didn't
Okay.
realize pointing out this comment was gonna like break you, but okay.
No, literally, I think that this might be like it might become my favorite album, and I haven't changed my favorite album since 2012 when Red came out. So that's saying a lot. Literally like I have a reaction video. That's Rachel, right?
Yeah.
No, if Rachel, if you want to check it out, you can hear my like initial thoughts. But like literally, like every single song, I was like, I love this one. They're all so good. But if I had to pick, like off the top of my head, I would say Willow because it's great, and Nobody, No Crime, and oh, this is so hard. Tis the Gift Season. I don't know. They're all so good though.
This is now a live show for the new Taylor Swift album. You didn't know.
I haven't listened to it, so
I've
Me
listened to
too.
half of it, so I don't even know. But I figured Ebony would like the question, so I was like, let's let her have it.
so how much did y'all read?
I think I'm on chapter 5 now of Vampire Academy.
I read like 8 pages. I don't like this writing style. It's so hard for me to get into.
I also got 8 pages. I decided to read How to Be an Anti-Racist because I have it on Libby and I didn't finish it in the 21 days that I had it at first, so I had to put it on hold again. And now I'm determined to finish it, but nonfiction just takes me longer. So also, if you can hear my cats yelling, it's because they get dinner in an hour and a half.
Mine do that too. Literally, so we feed them at 7, and every single day at 6, they will come downstairs and they're like, "Where's my food, bitch?" I'm like, "You have an hour.
Get a watch, okay? It's not dinner time yet." Oh, I love this. I love this. I love Christmas. So I like, Delphi, I like that you're doing Christmas decorations. That makes me happy.
I like that you're watching the Long Pond Studio sessions.
I don't have no idea what that is, though.
So basically, Taylor and Aaron Dessner and Jack Antonoff, the people that she like made folklore with, they made it all in isolation. So they would just like send each other tracks and stuff. But so they got together in September, I believe, and were able to actually play through the whole album and record it. And so like that movie is on Disney Plus. So that's what they're watching.
Okay.
It's really good.
At Delphi again, I will send your love to my boys. Thank you. Thank you for thinking of them. Elliot's the loud one. He's the one that will yell all the time. Also, I don't know, Ebony, if you want to respond to Rachel's top 3 songs, but
Yeah,
they're there.
I can. Okay, so Cowboy Like Me, I wasn't like the biggest fan of. I did like it. I think it's just one that I have to listen to a lot for it to like grow on me. Long story short, I loved it. That one was so good. And I also really like Gold Rush. So I applaud your top 3. Amazing.
Yes. Having cats are great. It's great. You're basically just there to feed them, and then if you don't have food, you're not worth it. You might as well be dead to them. So
yeah, that's how my cats are. They like claw you. They're like, give me food.
yeah, my boy too. He's literally sitting behind me and like staring at me dead in the face. God.
No,
Right. I don't think all of us said how much we got to read during the sprint.
Yeah.
We got distracted by something. I don't know why. All right. I read 8 pages. Ebony read 8 pages. Nicole, did you manage to annotate?
No, because I'm going back home in literally like 30 minutes or so. So I was talking to my grandma and turns out that she threw out my clothes.
What?
Like my grandma
Not popping back in just to be like,
I was
Like-
eating. I had to hear this story though.
so,
God.
this is so funny. I left out my dirty clothes in I put them like in a plastic bag, like a big one, and I put them by the door because I didn't want to wash anything. So I was just gonna take my dirty laundry in that bag. And I go outside and she's like, I already threw out the trash. And I'm like, the trash can is full. And she's like, no, the one that was by the door.
Oh, no.
I had to go retrieve it from the trash can, like the big one outside my house.
Oh.
And she's so funny.
Okay.
Grandma was trying to help out.
Yeah, I guess. And I had to call my mom to tell her about it, and she was just laughing because my grandma, she's so funny.
Like, not to victim blame Nicole, but it's kind of your fault for bamboozling your poor grandma.
I know. I should have guessed. I mean, if you see a black bag like on the door, you think it's trash. I should have known better.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I'd leave it there because I don't want to walk all the way to the dumpster, so
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend I didn't see it.
Go with you.
No.
Trash can't see it.
Yeah. It's only recently that I'm like, I guess I can take out the trash only because it's colder now. And I'm like, this is a nice little walk. I sit for 18 hours a day, so I guess I can do this.
Honestly. Yeah, honestly.
So, also, Nicole, I saw you on Twitter like right after the sprint started. I got a notification that you were on Twitter, and I'm like, well, that doesn't seem like reading.
Yeah, I was like, I need to let all my followers know that we're doing a sprint because I was taking a little nap and then it went past 4. So I was like, I didn't even tell people on Twitter that we were gonna be live. So I was like, no, I need to go tweet it right now.
Oh man, you distracted me. You pulled me out of my reading app.
I saw that some of you liked my tweets. So I wasn't the only one who wasn't reading.
Listen, I retweeted it, but I wouldn't have if I didn't get a notification. So it was still your fault. Stephanie, were you successful during these 20 minutes?
I read 10 pages.
Okay.
You won.
I mean, it's something.
You're reading Vampire Academy too, right?
Yeah.
How much do you have left?
40 pages ish, I'm guessing.
I believe in you. You can do it.
I like briefly considered getting up and getting my copy so I could be like, where is she in this book right now?
I can do that.
It's so much work.
Hold on.
I already want to talk about it.
Oh,
Yeah, spoilers.
I'm on chapter 21. So it's 284.
Yeah, you're almost there. There's like 24, I think.
Nana, are you liking it? I am.
Okay.
It's good so far. I
That's
do
probably
keep getting confused with like the Dampier, the Moroid, and the what's the S one?
Gargoyle.
Yeah, that one. I have to differentiate them in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it could be a little confusing at first,
Mhm.
but like once you get it, you're good.
Yeah.
Wow, Steph, I see where you're at. I was hoping that was where you were too.
Awkward day.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's where you had to stop. I already know what's gonna happen. But... All right. So how are you guys doing? How's the week been? It's felt like a really long week.
It has.
It's felt impossibly long. And I don't know about y'all, but it's getting dark here at like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous.
Y'all, that's really weird to me. I don't think that ever happened in Florida. I think it stayed bright for a while. So I'm really confused by everything.
Well, it's weird too because I'm from California and I grew up in the Bay Area, like San Francisco Bay Area of California, and I recently moved to Southern California, and apparently the sun sets earlier here than it even does in Northern California.
Really?
Conspiracy. I think it's all a conspiracy.
The sun is a conspiracy.
Yes. The sun is a conspiracy. The science is out on the sun.
Yeah, it's because it has to do with the latitudes and the longitudes. So if you move up or down, it also affects it as well as to the sides, which is weird. I don't know.
Wild. Nicole, you finished the semester?
Yeah, I finished last Friday. Oh, finally.
I still have a couple more projects to do, and I'm like, I just want to be done.
How much time do you guys have left, like in college?
Like overall college or just for the semester?
No, like how much time until you graduate?
I'm a sophomore, so 2 years.
Me too.
I'm a junior, so I just need, what is it? Less than 2 years?
Like a year and a half, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm also doing a minor, so I don't know. I think I need, like, I cannot do math right now. But I think I'm graduating like December of 2022. I think. Yeah.
I wasn't sure about you because I'm like, I don't know how it is at your college, but at my college, if you were in engineering anything, you weren't graduating in 4 years. That wasn't
no. I'm doing 4 years and a half.
Yeah, that's what my boyfriend did.
Yeah, but I already wanted to be over. Like, I've never been this stressed in my life, but I knew what I was getting myself into, so.
Mm-hmm.
Wait until you graduate.
I know. I think I'm going to cry.
I looked straight at you, Stephanie, when I did that. The other person who's not undergrad.
I was like, the online school is the worst. Like, I would much rather be in person. I don't learn anything online. I'm just BSing my way through it.
That's fair. I am glad that I managed to graduate. Although my school went online mid-March. So the last couple of months of my senior year were online, and that I wasn't about it. I had a French class at 8 a.m, and all of a sudden it's online. And I'm like, that's not worth it. Yeah, it's online. Why can't
I had a dance class at 8 a.m.
I knew some people who had dance classes too, and I'm like, how are you doing that online? How are you not pissing off everybody?
It probably looked so terrible just over Zoom. Like, I wasn't even dancing. Like, I was just lazy. I was like, and I still passed because she couldn't see me.
Listen, if your professor failed you when you're doing a dance class online at home, where I'm sure everyone who lived with you hated you at 8 in the morning, no.
It was hip hop, so it was like 80s, like Run DMC at 8 a.m. in the morning.
That'll wake you up.
No, I feel like online or in person, that feels like a mistake to me personally. It was bad enough doing French. And even then, I could just like BS my way through that for a little bit. But no.
I'm like kind of jealous of people who graduated, even though you only had like a couple months that you still had to do online, which sucks. But like, I'm kind of jealous that you graduated, because now like everything's online and we're like, are things going to be back to in person next semester? Or are they not? Right now they're still online, but like it could change. And like I live on campus, and my housing is like, hey, you need to renew by the end of January. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to live on campus next year, because it's not even worth it if all my classes are online.
No, it's really not. I mean, but I'm kind of jealous of y'all, because maybe by the time your graduation comes around, the world will be good enough that you can actually have a graduation. Because like I didn't get a ceremony, I didn't even get photos, like because my campus wasn't really allowing people to take photos like they normally would. So if you wanted to do it, you kind of had to be like discreet about it and try not to get caught by security.
Yeah.
I also feel like, I don't know about y'all, but for me, like my university, I was in an exchange program, and they were like, yeah, y'all need to go. Like, we don't want you here. So it was mid-March, and I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. But it wasn't until like September when it finally like set in that we weren't going back to school. So it's okay, because I had time to like settle down and feel like, okay, we have like a new normal now. But I feel like for the people that like graduated in May, they never had the chance to actually understand that it was like a new normal. So I don't know. It's sad. I agree.
Because I saw Gianni mention that they dropped out, and I'm like, honestly, more power to you if you're living your life and you're happy about it.
I should have dropped out, honestly.
Yeah.
I wonder what would my mental health be like if I had. Who will know?
Maybe I wouldn't have imposter syndrome.
That's me.
Every now and then I'll think about like going and getting a master's, and I'll open up like a master's program and I'll close the tab immediately.
Yeah.
Look at the requirements to get in, and I'm like, no, absolutely not.
I remember when you commented on my video where I was talking about how I finished my master's, and you were like, oh, your face looks like you want to do a PhD. And I was like, no, my face looks like I will never go back to school.
You looked so tired that it looked like there was a nagging voice in the back of your head going like, you should get a PhD.
I didn't even want to go back to school. Biggest scam.
It really is.
Yeah, but then you start opening the job listings, and they're like, minimum bachelor's degree, please, to apply. And I'm like, okay. Somebody like 1 year of college max couldn't do this job, all right. Yeah.
Honestly, the only reason I stay is because I have the good financial aid package. That's it. It's the only reason.
Yeah, I had a good scholarship. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have been able to go to my school. That's for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, blessings. Even though college shouldn't be as expensive as it is, but
yeah,
whatever. This is a booktube channel. This is not the channel for me to show how radicalized I am.
Maybe we should talk about books.
Listen. In my defense, I am like 60-70% books, and then like the other percentage of me is like, I don't know, 20% mad at everything. And a lot.
I'm 99% tired, if that makes you feel better.
The other 10% of me is tired. Don't worry about it. Honestly, I think, Stephanie, you tweeted something recently about your emo phase coming back.
That's good.
I've been feeling that in the past few months, and I'm like, wow, why am I just angry at everything and listening to music to like rage at? I'm like, oh.
I put on Paramore the other day, and I was like, whoa. I feel my emo phase coming back.
Me.
I mean, they have solid music, so I don't see the problem.
I mean, mine never left, so.
Yeah, Nicole, we can tell. We can tell.
Yeah.
You talk about My Chemical Romance like every other video.
I have to.
Yeah.
Do we want to do another sprint at like 00? Like we could start at 00.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which
okay, so-
which book is Well of Ascension, real quick?
Oh, it's the second one.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Or
that's what
Miss
you're gonna
Warren.
start?
Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Oh my god. I keep seeing you and Rachel talk about it on Twitter, and I'm like, I'm getting FOMO, as if I'm not in the middle of 3 books at the same time.
I mean, honestly, you couldn't go wrong with Mistborn. It became my all-time favorite book, and I think you would love it.
I don't know what you're basing that off of, but yeah, I
I
think
don't
I'd
know,
love
just me saying, because I feel like it could be everyone's favorite book.
I mean, I guess we'll test that theory because that's on my TBR for this month. So
I hope you like it.
we'll see.
It's just, but I actually don't think you're gonna like it because you don't really read a lot of fantasy.
I don't like this. That's the problem.
Yeah, so
Gianni has a comment for you, Nicole. I hope.
oh no. Okay, so I actually know a spoiler, and when I found out, I wanted to die.
Oh no.
Just some people have to understand that some of us are like getting there a little bit late, but they don't care. So sad.
Yeah, I think Chase from Fantasy Talks has just started reading The Poppy War, and now he has a thread going where he's talking about like each
With
chapter on
spoilers.
Twitter. It shows up on my feed every now and then, and I'm like, oh no. Just scroll real fast.
Yeah.
I
I'm so
haven't read Six of Crows yet, and I already know so much about the story just from Twitter, and it's so sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Hey, that's all anyone talks about.
Yeah, it's everyone's favorite book. I have to read it.
Yeah, I haven't read it either, but I have read the Grisha trilogy, so I'm like prepped to read it. I just haven't done it yet.
Did you
It's
like
one
the
of my
trilogy?
favorites.
I liked the first book in the Grisha trilogy. It kind of like slowly declined as I continued the series. Like the last book, I was like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't. The Thing. If you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. The Thing. Like it doesn't make sense. I don't like it. Anyway. Oh, hi, Michelle.
I've
Hi,
read,
Michelle.
Hi.
Bye.
I've read
Uh-oh.
all of
There's
the-
so much discourse. Six of Crows was not that great, apparently. I've never read
I
it.
just
also
feel
have
like
no
someone
opinion on
punched me in my heart.
Well, I was just gonna say I've read all of Lee Bardugo's books except for I need to read what's it called? The King, the one about King Lion.
this.
Yeah. So I read the Grisha trilogy first. I read it and then I read Six of Crows, and I liked Six of Crows, but the Grisha trilogy is what got me into reading YA.
Mhm.
So I tend to like the Grisha trilogy more than Six of Crows just because I have such nostalgia about it, and like it's what made me enjoy YA. But I enjoyed Six of Crows. I feel like I need to reread it though, because I definitely don't love it as much as everybody else does.
Mm.
I
I'm
feel like
definitely gonna read it at some point, but I don't know. There's so many popular books that were so popular on BookTube throughout the years that I'm determined to read at some point just to know if I missed out on it or not. But I get the feeling it's probably gonna be me being like the entire video of like, oh, this isn't that good. I'm just gonna for 30 minutes. I don't know. I liked the Grisha trilogy though. It was entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was like top-notch god tier quality literature, but it was entertaining.
I actually reread it because I was rereading all of the books to prep for Six of Crows, because I thought, I don't know, I think when I went into Six of Crows, I thought you needed to know like a lot about the Grisha trilogy, but you don't. But so I reread them, and I actually ended up liking them more the second time reading them because my opinions shifted on certain characters and like relationships in the book, which I think are now unpopular opinions. But I'm not going to say anything because I know, Nana, you said you haven't read any of them, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
now I want to know.
No, maybe one day you can do a video going into like all your unpopular opinions about the Grisha
Oh
trilogy.
yeah,
You should. That'll be really good.
should.
I don't know.
Is there a cricket? Does anybody else hear a cricket?
Oh yeah, it's probably my house.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I'll be real with you. I think the thing that I love most about the Grisha trilogy are the covers. Because I don't remember anything about the plot. I really don't. But I love the covers.
The new
and
covers or the old covers?
The old ones.
Okay.
Yeah, the old ones. Those are the ones that I have anyway.
Yeah, they're super pretty.
Hello?
I was like,
I think it stopped. Okay. My phone will just do that sometimes. Like it'll just ring, and like I don't know if someone's actually calling or not because it'll ring and then it'll just stop. I don't know.
That's so weird.
That's
It
a
felt
horror movie.
haunted. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I was
sad.
just reading Pretty Girls earlier by Karen Slaughter, so maybe.
I've been watching this woman on YouTube. Her name is, I don't know what her last name is, but her name is Bailey, and she does like Monday's makeup and mystery. And she like my God, she talks about, not writes, she talks about like different murders or murderers. And so it's like a murder mystery. It's almost like a podcast, but she's doing her makeup at the same time. Anyway, I've been watching them a lot recently, and so now everything is a horror movie to me. I'm scared of everything right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched the scariest movie I've ever seen, Hereditary. I literally watched it in like June, and I still have to sleep with my lights on. The movie scared the beep out of me. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. I feel like the scariest movie I've ever seen is only scary because I was too young to watch it, and it's Final Destination. I literally have no idea how old I was. What?
Weren't you just talking about this in a vlog?
Yeah, I mentioned it because The Only Good Indians gave me Final Destination vibes.
Okay, yeah, that's why.
It's like one of the scariest movies to me because I had to have been in elementary school, and my brother and sister are 5 years older than me, so they were like, "You're gonna watch this movie," and I'm a child. Who am I to say no to them? So I watched the movie, and now like I can't go across train tracks without thinking about that movie and like having a plan just in case I get stuck. I can't take a shower without thinking like, oh, this shower head is gonna fall down and strangle me somehow. And I swear to God, I think about that movie too much for a healthy being.
I have a similar situation, but the scary movie that I'm going to talk about is stupid. It's so stupid. So I was like 6 or 7, and my brother is 5 years older than me. And him and my stepdad at the time thought it would be a good idea to let me watch The Leprechaun. I thought that little motherfucker was under my bed every single night, and I would like gather my blankets all around me so that he couldn't climb up my bed and kill me.
Oh my God. Siblings are so mean.
they are. I mean, okay, I cannot say that because I'm the older, so I'm the eldest. Is it eldest? Yeah, I think.
Okay, so like what trauma did you give your younger siblings? Nicole?
I mean,
You did something.
I don't think I'm allowed to say this on YouTube.
Nicole, what did you do to them?
No, I mean, it wasn't that bad.
Nicole, I am 22. It's been 14 years, maybe more, since I watched that movie, and I still think about it all the time. As a younger sibling, I don't know what you did to your younger sibling, but screw you.
Someone once told me that I should get over it by exposing myself to the movie again, and I was like, no. Because they were like, oh, it's so dumb, you would laugh at it now. And I was like, no, it's not going to happen. I don't care how dumb the movie is. I'm not rewatching it.
All right, it is, for me, 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
So
For me too. Well, for me it's 5, so it means I have to go because I'm leaving home. But I will see y'all tomorrow at the live show. I'm so excited.
Yay.
I can't wait.
Okay,
Bye,
bye
Nicole.
y'all.
Bye,
It was nice seeing you.
It's nice to see you.
Okay, so are we doing 20 minutes again?
yes.
Okay, sounds
I put
good.
a
Okay. Hopefully I'll get more chapters done.
Well,
Alrighty. I hope you guys had a more successful sprint than I did. If you look back at the recording, you'll see a solid 10 minutes of me dealing with my cat.
I got through chapter 5 at least. So now I want to.
Good job.
I need to look at where chapter 5 is. I want to know what you're reading.
I think it was like, I know where I am right now. She just got done describing the different mass sections, like the religions that they have in the school. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I know where you are.
I read 13 pages, so better than last time.
I read 6 pages. I'm like sitting kind of close to where their food bowls are kept, so Elliot was trying to use me to climb to his bowls. So. How did you do, Stephanie?
Oh, I read 8 pages.
You're so close to the end.
I know.
Do you like it, Stephanie? Like, is it holding up the last time you read it?
Yeah. It's fun. It's always fun to reread this book because I like somehow forget details every single time. And when I read it, I'm still surprised by certain things, or I just like pick up random things that I never even noticed before.
Mm-hmm. I always find a lot of places of foreshadowing when I'm rereading. And I remember reading Frostbite with my boyfriend, and they like mentioned something, and I'm like, oh, that's foreshadowing. And like, but I couldn't tell him because he hadn't read it yet. But I'm like, that's a thing.
I'm more excited to reread the last 3 because those are the ones, like when I started rereading it 2 years ago, I stopped after the 3rd book. I don't remember why, but I had stopped. So I haven't reread the last 3 in like probably 8 years. So I don't remember. I mean, I remember what happens in most of them, but I couldn't tell you like in which books those things happen, and I don't even fully remember how it ends.
I'm really excited to read Bloodlines because I've never read Bloodlines.
I'm telling
before.
You, it's a myth.
So
I have everyone who has read Vampire Academy or hasn't is like, yeah, I've never read Bloodlines. I've heard a friend of a friend of a friend say that they've read Bloodlines, and I'm like, no.
You know the other people who are doing the Vampire Academy read along too. I watched one of their announcement videos, and one of them said that Bloodlines is what got them into Vampire Academy. And
Did you watch Tiffany's announcement video?
I think that's who it was.
Because I watched her announcement video today too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, oh.
They read them backwards?
Yeah, I guess.
Weird.
I mean, I can't even say anything because when I was younger, I always had a bad habit of like picking up and buying any book that I thought was interesting, and then I find out it's like the 3rd book in the series.
Yeah, I think
I'm halfway through it, mind you, and I'm like, well, this is a little confusing. The pacing's weird.
I think you said that in like your one of your purging your shelves videos. I don't know if it was the crime one or the
It was. Yeah. Actually, that habit is the reason why I haven't read the Percy Jackson series. Because the only Percy Jackson book that I have is the 2nd one. And I remember reading it as a kid, and I was like, you know, the pacing is just all off with this book. Like, I'm not into it. I'm not digging it. Years and years later, I'm like, this is the 2nd book in the series. The pacing is off because the world has already been built. So
I'm actually reading Percy Jackson for the first time next month.
Ooh.
You are?
Yeah, I'm really nervous because I don't read a lot of middle grade, not for any particular reason. I just never think to read anything in the middle grade category. So I'm nervous to read this one.
Are you reading it for like a vlog or a read along or anything?
Yeah, I'm reading it for a vlog. I'm reading some of my closest friends' books from Bookstagram. I'm reading their books that they have been suggesting to me for years, and I haven't gotten around to it. So now I'm reading them. And one of them is Percy Jackson.
Yeah, I reread this series since for the first time since I was in elementary school, my senior year of high school. So that's only 3 years ago. Because I never finished the Heroes of Olympus series. I'd never finished that last one because it hadn't come out yet when I was reading it. And I really liked it. It still held up for me. So hopefully.
Yeah. I read the Kane Chronicles, which is the Egyptian mythology one, a year or two ago, and it was shockingly good. And that's coming from me. I don't really like middle grade. Not anything against middle grade. It's just I try to get into it, and I can't get into it as well as YA or something. But the Kane Chronicles, Rick Riordan's writing, impeccable. It was so good, which is why I'm I skipped out on the Percy Jackson series because I messed up. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. I'm planning to do a vlog for it too, when I finally get around to it.
You should. That'd be so fun. I like middle grade mostly because it's fast. And so it's nice for if you're in a slump. Because I know I read the first book in the Cassidy Blake series by V.E. Schwab or Victoria Schwab when I was in a slump, and it got me out of it because it was just so fast paced. So
I do romance books when I'm in a slump. Or thrillers. I feel like they just move fast for me.
Mm-hmm.
I read fan fiction.
That's your video about Monster High made me want to read Monster High.
It was actually good. I liked it. It was well, I think I knew I was going to because I liked it as a kid, but I still liked it now.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I'm mildly curious to read the Monster High books after watching your video on it, but I'm if I end up not liking it, it's gonna put a bad taste in my mouth. I'm just gonna keep thinking Monster High has the best fashion in all of cartoon, and I'm just gonna stick to that.
Yeah, they did. I remember my friend had the dolls, and we would always we'd make videos of playing with the dolls and make our own movies. And it was we were such a strange combination because I had the books and I was no, this is the story of the books, and she was no, it doesn't matter. These are just the dolls.
I love that. Yeah. I remember, I feel I recently watched the show. In the past few years, I watched the show entirely because I love their clothes. And I was I kind of just want to look at this for a while. I remember when I was younger, I really wanted to have that fashion. That was peak fashion to me. And now I'm looking back on it and I'm that's a little exaggerated.
Those dolls just were so stylish, Monster High, Bratz, I guess Barbie. I mean, I guess.
Barbie was a career woman, though, okay? She maybe didn't have the best fashion, but she was a career woman, okay? She paved the way for so many little girls.
I don't know about anybody else, but when I was a kid, I played with Polly Pockets. That was... And I always pretended that I have all of these clothes and they're all so beautiful. Because I had little pretty dresses and stuff. That was my fashion.
The only dolls I can remember are I had an Esmeralda doll and then a Meg doll from Hercules. So those are the only two that I can remember. Yeah. I can't remember anything else.
Did you ever have an American Girl doll?
I didn't. No.
I didn't either.
When I was a kid, I was really into My Littlest Pet Shop or something like that. Yeah. I think my mom still has all of those toys because I wouldn't let her donate them to a cousin or something. And I was what if I have kids one day and I want to give them My Littlest Pet Shop? I don't know. Yeah, I have attachment issues. I don't let go of things really easily. All right. I'm waiting to see if Rachel will. God.
Wait for me.
So what shows have you guys been watching on TV?
I just finished The Queen's Gambit on Netflix.
Everybody's talking about that.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, it kept me interested. For what is it? I think the season's like 10 episodes or something, and it's a show about chess. So you know it has to be good if I kept watching 10 episodes of chess. I have no idea what's happening during the games. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. The main character, Beth, yeah, her name's Beth. Her look is everything I want. Not necessarily her fashion, because it's like 60s fashion, but her look, her like get out of my way or I will kill you, and like I don't even care. That's what I want in my life, you know?
A confidence.
Yeah. It's not even like an angry, I will kill you if you get out of my way. It's just like a very self-assured, like, if you don't stop bothering me, you will end up dead. That's it. That's all there is to it. Yeah.
Shows. I have like a set of like 5 shows that I just watch on repeat. I don't really start new stuff that much. So yeah, I watched Supernatural, American Horror Story, iZombie, Kim's Convenience, Jane the Virgin. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I watched Supernatural up until like season 7 or something, and then I couldn't keep doing it.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm on season 13. I like was caught up, but then like college started, and so I never watched season 14 or season 15, so now I'm trying to catch up. But it's just like I've loved it for years, so like it's more nostalgic than anything.
Have you gotten the spoilers for the final episode?
No, don't tell me. I've been steering clear of everything I don't want to know.
Okay. You DM me whenever you get to it.
Oh my god.
Okay. What about you, Steph? You watching anything?
I've just been rewatching Schitt's Creek. I love Schitt's Creek so much. I really do want to watch. Is it Haunting of Blythe Manor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to watch that, but I'm a scaredy cat a little bit, so
it was spooky, but I don't know if it was actually like scary. Okay. I watched Haunting of Bly Manor, and then I also watched Haunting of Hill House. And I think Hill House was kind of scarier. Okay. I also liked Hill House more personally. But
that's what I keep hearing, so I was like debating which one I wanted to watch, and then I still need to finish like Sabrina because I'm on the second. I'm like halfway through the second season, but I think there's like 3.5 seasons. They have a Christmas special or something that I never watched. That's about it. I don't watch a lot of television. I like spend most of my time on YouTube.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I have been watching. Oh, go ahead, Jess.
Oh no, I was just saying it's either YouTube or listening to podcasts.
Yeah. What podcast do you listen to?
I like Potterless, which is like this guy in his late 20s who was reading Harry Potter for the first time. And it's great because he tore into them and then eventually he like fell in love with it. And now he's like doing all the extra plays and stuff. If you're a Harry Potter fan, it's great. If you're not a Harry Potter fan, it's still great because he pokes fun at it a lot. Mm-hmm. So there's that. And I like a lot of narrative podcasts where it's entirely like a full cast story and stuff like that. So like Night Vale is a podcast that I like.
Oh, yeah. I need to like get back to Night Vale. I started it, but fell off.
It's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
Have you read any of the books that are like based off of that podcast?
I want to. I really want to read the books, and I just have never gotten around to it. I did go to see them live one time when they were in Tampa, and that was fun. Yeah, I dragged one of my friends to go see the live show of Night Vale, and she had never heard the podcast before in her life. So poor girl, she had no context for what was happening.
Sorry. Does anybody know what Lair of the Lion is? Because I don't know what that is.
I'm looking it up right now.
No, I was just about to ask.
Let's see.
I'm assuming fantasy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds fantasy.
But like the first thing I thought of was like, what is it? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's fantasy.
Give us a rundown.
It
Yes.
says the beast. Rumor says the powerful Nikolai DeMarco could command the heavens, that the beasts below did his bidding, and that he was doomed to destroy the woman he took as wife. It was whispered he was not wholly human, as untamed as his tawny mane and slashing amber eyes. The beauty, impoverished aristocrat Isabel Bernaducci would defy death itself to rescue her imprisoned brother. She'd even braved the haunted, accursed lair of the lion, the menacing palace of legendary, lethal Don Nikolai DeMarco. The bargain. Then Isabel met a man whose growl was velvet, her heat, whose eyes held dark, all-consuming desire, and when the Don commanded her to become his bride, she went willingly into his muscled arms, praying she'd save his tortured soul, not sacrifice her life.
That took a turn that I wasn't expecting.
I know, it got me really good right there.
It was like so straight until like what's
Okay, so obviously a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I'm about it. I like Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. My rose tattoo that's on my arm is actually because of Beauty and the Beast.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah, 4.08 score on Goodreads.
Nice.
That's solid. I'm about it. Maybe I'll add it on my want to read.
There's so many books that I want to read.
Yeah, it's getting wild.
I literally just have it open when I watch someone's video, just in case. It's like really bad because that's what I mean. I started watching BookTube for is like, what are people reading? So I can like, I'll talk like. Okay, I think I'm good. So, what are people reading so I can like look it up and yeah.
Yeah, I always watch on my phone, and so I would screenshot people, like if they're holding the book, I would screenshot it and then like look it up later on like Libby or see if I can get the audiobook or whatever.
So funny. I used to screenshot videos like that too, and then I would kind of forget that I did it, and I would go and look at my photos and be like, "Why do I have this random screenshot?"
So many people are releasing videos on their like most anticipated releases for 2021. I saw you just put a video up on that.
Yeah.
I'm saving them all up for when I can watch it on my laptop or my desktop, so I can have Goodreads open right next to it. Because I'm not here to listen to you guys talk about 20 books that all sound interesting, and then I forget all of them immediately.
And I don't usually keep up with new releases too well, mostly because I don't want to spend that much money, and it's hard to get it on like Libby or like a library book when it's new. So like it's usually like a year before I get to the books that came out.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a struggle on Libby. Like I think Pretty Girls, which I just got, I think a couple days ago, I was going to read it in that vlog for the thrillers, and I had it, and then I had to return it so I could get another book, and it was like free, and then I came back like maybe an hour later and it was taken.
Yeah, I think I've been waiting for The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes for like at least 2 months.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
On audiobook or
Audiobook, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't like ebooks. I can't do it. I have to do physical or audio. So the only options.
Does your guys' library have Hoopla?
Yeah.
No, I don't think mine does.
I haven't checked. But
Yeah, I would check if you have Hoopla, because the cool thing about Hoopla is that there's no wait times for anything. So if it's on there, you can automatically check it out.
oh.
Is it an app?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another app.
Well, looks up.
Yeah, I love Hoopla because I'm not. Every time I find a book that I want to read on Libby and it tells me like approximately 16 weeks or something, I die a little bit inside.
Yeah.
You know it's
amount
gonna
of
be
holds you can do.
because you know it's probably going to be longer than that too.
Yeah. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I think I was waiting for 15 weeks, like really, like maybe a couple months, because it was so popular.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I know I was waiting for The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue for, at least a month, maybe longer than that. It was a long time.
Waiting for that. I don't even know what I have in my holds.
You know, sometimes I'll just get an email that's like, your hold came through, and I'm like, what hold? It's like a book I put on hold months ago. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Got it.
Yeah, I always have like 10 books on hold, which is my max to have holds, because I'm like, well, as soon as I finish this one, I'm gonna want another one, but like it's not available yet. So like I put it on hold like as soon as I think of it, but then sometimes I get like 5 books at once, and I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw it. I literally tweeted the other day, Libby has me overwhelmed again. I already had 2 books that I had borrowed. And then they threw in another, this hold is ready. I'm like, oh, okay, borrow it because I was in the middle of it and I didn't finish it. The next day, this book is ready for you after 2 months. Do you want it now? And I'm like, no, I don't. It's too much. And then I got another 2 holds ready in the next few days. And I'm like, this app has taken years off of my life.
Well, you can like postpone your thing. You know what I'm talking about?
But I do that because I can't physically read this many books at once. But then I'm like, what if it takes another 4 months to get this back?
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know.
I'm literally checking Hoopla right now. My library has it.
I just installed it and I made a new account.
Great. Rachel made it. Hi, Rachel.
Yay.
I hope the divorce wasn't too dramatic. Actually, no, I hope it was pretty dramatic so you were at least entertained.
You got the cheese, man.
Listen, if you have to listen to random people tell you all about their lives, there better be chisme. There better be something.
Should we do another sprint at 5:45 in celebration of Rachel joining?
Yes. Right. This is my mood every time I show up. Just that. All right.
Miss, I don't even know you.
Hi, Rogue. I'm glad you could stop by and say hi.
I like how it just says hell, ladies. Oh no, it says hell yes. Oh my gosh, I can't read. I'm sorry. I'm a booktuber.
Oh my God.
That reminds me of like when you're reading one line and then you like accidentally read the other line.
And you're like, what is it?
I hate when I'm reading and I like reread the same line and I'm like, this isn't.
Yeah.
And I spend like 15 precious seconds being like, "What? That doesn't make sense." Yeah, it just throws me off.
Can you hear him yelling in the back?
Yeah.
You know, it's so rude, honestly, that he only showed up on camera during a sprint, so you guys didn't even get to see him.
Oh.
Hold on. Say hi, buddy.
Oh, hi.
This is Elliot. He's the baby.
Aw.
This is
What's
black.
up, Elliot? You want to do a sprint?
Rogue, you're right. He is upset that he's not the center of attention. That's what he always wants.
Bring the cat.
Bring the cat.
He's purring, but he's also upset because he knows it's 15 minutes until dinner time.
You don't have to take a break during the sprint to feed them then?
Yeah. But this sprint is also probably going to be the last sprint because I need to start on dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know all of you are in earlier time zones, but are here, it's getting late.
Should we start reading?
All right. Yes.
Are we going to do 20 minutes or should we just go to the hour?
Which, let's just go to the hour.
Yeah.
Clean numbers. Alrighty.
Steph, thank you so much for the hoopla tip. I was on it the whole time I was listening to chapter 7. And like, wow, they have a lot of books that I wanted to read on there. So.
Right? I think Hoopla's really good for graphic novels, like more so than Libby is.
Yeah.
How much did you guys read?
Like 5 pages.
Yeah, I think I wrote like 5.
Yeah.
I think I read
reading the same pages over and over again.
I have 6 minutes left of chapter 7. I think Dimitri is training her, and then something happened. I'm not exactly sure, but like they were like waking up or something. And Natalie was there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's like chapter 7, he was training her, and then he was like, what are you going to do if this happens? And she said, I'll do this. And then something happened, but I stopped listening.
I think doesn't she get sucked into Lissa's mind?
Oh.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
All right.
Oh my God. I was nervous.
I know, because like the only other teenish vampire thing I read was Twilight, and I read it maybe like my freshman or sophomore year of high school, and I didn't really like it, but like this is different enough that I think it's good. Like I really like it so far.
Yeah, I like just like it's such a new take on vampires, you know, like the different types, and they like only from Aurora blood and stuff.
Y'all are giving spoilers for tomorrow's show.
I'm excited about it.
I'm very excited about it too, but if we keep talking about Vampire Academy, who's gonna come to the live show tomorrow?
To be continued.
Don't worry, we can have multiple hours tomorrow talking about things to say about this fresh take on vampires from Vampire Academy. And if you've seen my Battle of the Vampires video, you already know.
Yeah.
What was the book that we said in the last live yesterday that Jess needed to read? Do you remember, Evan?
It was somebody like commented it in.
Yeah.
I remember people talking about books, but I don't think y'all said I needed to read one of them.
I think it was before you got on to the live. Because
I have no idea.
Yeah, somebody was talking about a vampire book, and then Ebony and Nicole were like, Jess should read that.
Yeah.
Is that my brand now? Just watching paranormal books. I mean, I'm about it. I'll do it. I'm already planning to read the Anne Rice books, like Interview with a Vampire and everything.
I haven't read those either.
I haven't either, but I've heard good things about Interview with a Vampire. So if I can find a couple more classic vampire series, maybe I'll do a part 2.
Have you read True Blood?
I haven't.
Okay, I loved True Blood. So I'll tell you right now. It's not good, but it's like fun, you know? My only complaint about that series is that, so don't be intimidated. There's 13 books, but they're all like only like 200 pages. And I swear I read the entire series in less than 2 months. But the last 2 books kind of suck. I'm just saying it. The finale sucks, but the rest of it is really good.
Isn't the House of Night series vampires too?
It is, and I thought about reading that one too, but like it's so long. Y'all, it's so long.
The never-ending series.
All I know is my mom read those. So
I think I read one of the novellas of it, but no.
Have you read Dracula?
I have, yes, and I do like Dracula. I actually have. Hold on. What is Dead Until Dark? What True Blood was based off of, or am I?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. This is my copy of Dracula. She's very pretty.
Ooh.
So yes, I have read Dracula. Would I include it in a video? I don't know, because I kind of like this one, and I don't know that I want to like tear it apart like that.
I mean, I had to tear it apart.
Your favorites, I don't care.
Someone in the comments said, read Vampire Lestat over Interview. I'm assuming Interview with a Vampire is what they mean.
Yeah. I feel like Michelle recently read one of the Anne Rice books and talked about it in one of her, I can't remember now if it was Vampire Lestat or another one, but the only Anne Rice book that I have right now on my shelves is Queen of the Damned. So that'll be the first one I read, even though it's not in the right order. So hopefully that one's good. But I remember liking the movie, Interview with a Vampire. So
yeah, I like that movie too.
The book will probably have nostalgia.
Even Michelle loves the Sookie Stackhouse ones, which is True Blood. And then she said that she read the first Interview. I'm guessing Interview with the Vampire.
She said I hated the first 2 pages of Lestat.
Oh, there's discourse here.
Is True Blood the show they're going to remake? That was just announced.
Yeah.
Have you seen the show?
Yeah. Well, so that was one of those weird situations where I had read like Twilight, Night World, and I read Vampire Academy, and the only one out of those 3 that I really liked was Vampire Academy. So I watched the show thinking that I wouldn't even be interested in the books. And then I really liked the show, so I caved and I bought the first book, and I ended up getting sucked in and read all of them.
So, if they're... What?
I was going to say, if they're on Hoopla or Libby, I will consider it. But y'all need to be real careful recommending your faves to me, because I'm not going to hold back. I'll probably message you directly and be like, this is trash.
That's all right. That's all right. I can be okay with that.
If they're remaking True Blood, is it going to be as scandalous as the original?
I don't know. I don't actually know what they're putting it on, like, because True Blood was originally on HBO, which is like you can have all the sexual content and stuff. So I don't actually know what television channel, whatever, they're going to put it on.
Okay, are the books that scandalous, or is it just like a thing that the show did?
It's like, it's a lot of sex.
Okay.
The True Blood books are on Hoopla as audiobooks, like exclusively audiobooks. So
I've never listened to the audiobooks, actually. It's also set in Louisiana, which is cool because while the town that most of it takes place in isn't a real town, a lot of the other places that they visit and talk about are real.
Okay. The actual ebooks are on Libby, but I just really quickly wanted to show you this cover. I don't know how well you can see it. That's ridiculous.
That's the show tie-in.
I feel like
I'll consider it on the list then. Oh yeah, I did also see that there is a prequel to Dracula, and I do want to read that. I don't know how well it's going to be, but the fact that it was made by Bram Stoker's grandnephew, I think it was, makes it a bit more interesting. Don't worry about it, Rogue. They're all on Libby, and there's no hold for them either, so I can just read them.
It's because nobody wants them.
You're gonna break Stephanie's heart.
I don't know how I'm going to finish like the books that I'm reading right now when I just want to get everything on Hoopla.
I'm sorry.
Hoopla and Libby changed my life.
Audiobooks changed my life. I think before I discovered audiobooks, I only read like 30 books a year, and now I read over 100 just because of audiobooks.
Wow.
They save so much time.
It's hard for me to just sit down and read an ebook because I like to be on Pinterest or like on Twitter, just like multitasking. So
Yeah.
I'm not good with audiobooks though. I just don't have like the attention span to know what's happening, which is why I refuse to listen to fantasy books on audiobook. Because like y'all have a high fantasy world building over here and 10 million character names. If I don't see it, I don't know you. So, it's not happening.
Yeah. I think it helps that the majority of the books I read are contemporary, so
Yeah.
it's easy to read the audiobook.
Yeah, I'll listen to contemporaries on audiobook because I feel like typically if you miss something, is it really going to change the plot line for you?
Right.
Like, is it really going to matter? Not really.
I just sit and play video games while listening to audiobooks.
I used to do that with Mario Kart, and it was like a perfect combination.
Maybe
But I
that'll
know
get
you do Animal Crossing, right?
Yeah. You know, another good one to play on if you have a Switch is Paper Mario, because they don't like actually speak, and you don't always have to pay attention to what it's telling you to do. So I played that. I beat that whole game while listening to a lot of audiobooks.
My boyfriend has been playing Paper Mario. I think he's almost done with the game and he's just been stretching it out.
Yeah.
It's really cute. It is very cute.
It actually has a pretty good storyline too. If you're like paying attention even remotely to it, it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather watch him play it so I can get the storyline without putting in the effort, you know?
Yeah.
My boyfriend plays Zelda, and while I really like Zelda, I rather watch him play it and just see the storyline.
Yeah, my boyfriend just beat Breath of the Wild, and it's just fun to watch. Yeah.
I just started playing. I say I just started playing Breath of the Wild. I got the game back when quarantine started in March, and I'm like, I don't know. I just got off the plateau, something like that. I know, and it's so intimidating because I'm so new to video games that I'm like, I need direction. I need someone to tell me what to do. And this whole open world concept, real cool, but too many decisions. Oh my God. All right, we're gonna have to start wrapping up.
Yeah. We've been on here for a hot minute.
It's been 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours. I'm glad though. I'm glad I got to talk to y'all for the first time. And thank you, all of you people who showed up and said hi for my very first live stream. All right. So is there anything y'all want to say? You're welcome to plug your channels, whatever video you're the proudest of. Go for it. If you want to plug True Blood books, you can do that.
Come talk to me about True Blood if you want.
To plug my channel, again, my channel's Butterflies on My Bookshelf. I recently made an original book tag called the Truth or Dare book tag. So if anybody wants to do it, I think it's pretty fun. So check it out.
Just filmed that.
You did?
Yeah, I just filmed it yesterday.
I'm so excited to watch it.
It'll go up this month. When in this month? I don't know. It's up.
I'm so excited.
Great. You want to plug anything, Nana?
Yeah, so my channel's Lit Nana, and my latest video is me reading 3 thrillers. I read Silent Patient, what's it called? My Lovely Wife, and The Grown Up. And I think if I don't get distracted by Hoopla, then I will be uploading a Tiny Pretty Things vlog, reading the books before the show comes out. And yeah, there's a train, I think.
Yeah, that's me. I live near the train. Sorry, y'all.
I also live near a train, too. Anyway, go Steph.
I'm Stephanie Bookish, so that's where you can find me. And then I don't know what video. If you want to see me cry, I just read Sky Beyond the Storm. And the one that I like the most that I made was my Freaky Friday video because it was fun reading a random like early 2000s fallen angel book, I guess. That's what it's about.
Yeah, Hush Hush is a trip.
That was a wild ride.
obviously I'm Verity Books. If you're here, you're on my channel. So while you're here, if you're not subscribed, the button is right there. Right there. Just press it. And if you guys have been reading Vampire Academy, don't forget that our live show is tomorrow. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know any of the other time zones. So I'll figure that out. So yeah. Thanks everyone for coming. I'm very excited for tomorrow since apparently there's great discussions already happening.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Good night, everybody.
Nice.
Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.